We love the Cheltenham November meeting and we cannot wait for it this weekend. Hopefully trying to point in the direction of a few Saturday winners. We've got Joel alongside us and all the way from Bahrain. He couldn't give it a miss. Our very own Frankie Foster. Life's tough, innit, Frankie?
Life's tough. Just catching a tan, looking through the Cheltenham runners, hopefully find a winner. And the Sun Lounger scoop. Load of Sud, Protectorat, Il Rodotto. Runners for the team, Sir Alex and Jed. Who's going to win? There's going to be one winner. That's a guarantee. We'll go on to that.
Happy days. There's some celebrities out there with you as well, with runners at Cheltenham, as you mentioned. So Alex Ferguson, Jed Mason, and I believe you may have the scoop. So let's get on to that very shortly. But we start on Saturday's action at 1:45 with one of those runners, Load of Sud. Looks like it's going to be quite a short price for the Arkle trial. Hopefully all 8 do go. Come on then. Give us a scoop on Load of Sud, please, Frankie.
Load of Sud, I think, is a bit of a banker. Him and Lookaway are tied closely on their hurdle form at the start of last season. But if you look how Load of Sud progressed, whereas Lookaway kind of started the season well and then didn't really finish off as well. Load of Sud just went up and up and up in classic Dan Skelton style, where there's always a little bit of juice left in the mark as you head towards the Cheltenham Festival. And he obviously ran a cracker at the festival and then it made a perfect start over fences, really. Absolutely battered the field. It wasn't the best field in the world, but he jumped well and that's what you wanted to see. So the top 2 in the market started last season at a similar level. Lookaway didn't go much further and Load of Sud kept on climbing the ranks and then made a great start over fences. So he's short, but I really do think he wins on Saturday.
Joel doesn't agree, I don't believe.
I just think, was it the ditch, the 4th at Stratford, where he says he's on the up and up. He was on the up and up and then pretty much planted the ditch. Look, he had the quality to win that race. You know, my pet hamster probably could have got a close second in that race. So no disrespect, had the quality, won by 10 lengths. Lookaway was 8-1 earlier on the week, and what we're looking now, 3-1, 7-2 or something like that. And we go back to Frankie's favourite race last year, the Greatwood, second at, over hurdles there. Second to Captain Teague in the Shallow. Won on Chase debut at Uttoxeter, made it all, jumped well, couldn't knock the horse.
I like how you jumped from the Shallow to his Chase debut because he didn't do anything between the 2 races.
Yeah, I know. There's an entry in between that. Come on. I just, you know what I mean? But in between that, I'm making a case. I'm making a point here. But if you put their 2 Chase debuts side by side, one that made an absolute horlicks and one that was absolutely fantastic, you can't do that round Cheltenham, as they say.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I think that's better.
All right, so Load of Sud for Frankie, Lookaway for Joel. Last year's runner-up was Petit Tonnerre. Jonjo O'Neill Jr. is on board. He has joined me as well to have a look at his rides this weekend. So can he go one better than Petit Tonnerre? He's been rare old form and 11 winners through his last 25 rides going into Cheltenham this weekend, including his last 3, all victorious. So Jonjo O'Neill Jr. in red hot form. He's on Petit Tonnerre in this, but he also starts Saturday's card, followed by Greenall and Josh Guerrero on My Noble Lord. Well, I'm delighted to be joined now by Jonjo O'Neill Jr. and John's brilliant weekend in store. One of the biggest 3 days outside of the festival at Cheltenham. It's really here this season. How excited are you?
Yeah, very exciting. Cheltenham's the local track, and it's it's a place that's been very good to me and good to the yard. So it's nice to be back there. And obviously, we had October, but November is where it really kicked off.
And you are really going into it in red hot form. 11 winners in your last 25 rides. Your last 3 going into Friday, all winners as well. I mean, full of confidence right now.
Yeah, thankfully everything I've been riding has been there or thereabouts, and they're in really good form. So it does everyone's confidence good.
Let's have a look at Saturday's rides then. Obviously, you've been in the Green and Gold Jeep Manors this week for Ollie Greenall and Josh Guerrero, once at Jaguar and Bangor. You get on them again on My Noble Lord in the Triumphal Trial Saturday's opener.
Yeah, it gave me a nice feel at Chepstow. Appreciated that long straight at Chepstow, got him into a rhythm. His jumping was good, but he was a bit careful. lost a little bit of momentum at second last and took a little while to get him going again. But he was good at the last and travelled strongly towards the line. I think, you know, he's probably not just a juvenile. He's a big rangy horse that's probably going to do more than just being a juvenile. So he's a horse to look forward to for the future. I'd imagine he'd probably prefer a little bit slower ground. But you know, he's won a juvenile, so there's not many places where he can go really. So I suppose they're probably getting a bit more experience into him, and you know, I'd imagine something like the Chepstow race and the finale or something would suit him around Christmas time. But he's obviously had a nice time break from when he won at Chepstow, so this is a good place to get some more experience into him, obviously.
So we've got Petit Tonnerre then. Obviously, he's back in novice company in the Arkle trial.
Yeah, he was in the handicap on Sunday and he was in the novice chase. Obviously, it's worth good money. It's worth 75 grand. He was second in the race last year. And I was happy with his run at Aintree last time out on Old Rowan Chase Day. And you know, the horse of Philip Hobbs and Johnson White's Imperial Saint, that's gone on and won again last Saturday at Aintree nicely. So I think the form is probably quite strong from that race. And you know, it's going to be very hard to beat LOA de Sud and Lookaway, but you know, there's good money on offer, so hopefully he can run into a place.
A little later on, you're on board. It's So Fury. Is this the race that Springwell Bay won last year?
No, he won the intermediate over 2.5. But yeah, he obviously won at Weatherby over fences a couple of weeks ago. He's also likes nice ground, and we probably would have stuck over fences, but it's 30 grand race over 3 miles on nice ground, so we thought we'd give him a chance. He's a horse we always thought we would mix between hurdles and fences, so you know, we thought we'd give him a chance at a nice race.
And then in the listed bumper, you're on board Riviera Walk, who did well on debut.
Yeah, she did well. She got a bit lonely in front in Sidgefield, obviously not the greatest place to ride a race on her. She got a little bit lonely and a bit tired in front in the last furlong, but she travelled there nicely, and I'm hoping I can just ride a bit more of a normal race in her on Saturday. And you know, she's quite a classy filly, but she is lacking experience. But I'm hoping she'll give a good account of herself.
Okay, so well, the Sundays, I tell her the name is out there, not going in the Great Wood, but what have you got for Sundays? Bob Ricard set to go?
Yeah, Bob Ricard will go. The race currently looks stronger than it's a very similar race to the race he ran in October. He was actually going well at that time. He nearly got brought down at the second last, which was a shame really, because it put him out a bit. I think he would have stayed on strongly, probably wouldn't have won, but he wouldn't have been too far away. So he's going for a similar race. He'll hopefully get his ground again, and just give ourselves another shot. But the race at entry stage does look quite hot. He'll have a nice weight as well. Then we've got Any Harm in Asking. We'll probably go for the Great Wood. Did a good comeback run over 2-3 at Cheltenham in October. And he's a bit of a frustrating horse. He hasn't got his head in front for quite a while, but he's been placed a lot of times in good races. And you know, there's good money on offer in the Great Wood, obviously. So we're hoping he can win, but hopefully he can nick some money anyway.
Brilliant stuff. Thanks, John. Best of luck this weekend. Hopefully continue that cracking run.
Thanks very much, Matt.
Fingers crossed for Jones this weekend. Have a winner, continue his fantastic form. Let's look at the big one, though, boys. It is the Paddy Power Gold Cup at 220. Again, I'm going to start with Frankie, just because obviously he's with certain owners out there in Bahrain enjoying himself. And one of the big stories of the weekend is Protectorat carrying top weight here and giving £12 and upwards away in one of the season's hottest handicaps. What's the word on the Bahrain street, Frankie?
Is positive, Matt. I think everybody, when they looked at this race or gave a glance over this race, just went, well, Ginny's Destiny, loves Cheltenham, is only carrying 11-2 because there's some top-class horses in here. 3-1 favourite, but probably should win. I kind of did the same until out here, when I asked about the many runners that Jed and Sir Alex have got, the first thing that Jed said was Protectorat they were very keen on. So I kind of took a closer look and thought I better pay a bit of attention to that. And when you do have a look at Protectorat, all right, fair enough, he's carrying 12 stone, but he had an incredible season last year. over the reduced trip, was only 4 lengths behind Shishkin. He won at the festival, beating Envoy Allen. He was only 2 lengths behind John Bon. He goes well fresh, if you go back through his career. He goes well at Cheltenham. He goes well on good ground. And when you go back to the weights, like, yeah, Ginny's Destiny's a good horse. But when you start talking about Envoy Allen, John Bon, those sorts of horses, you know, would they beat Ginny's Destiny giving that weight away? I think they probably would. And even if it's up for debate, one's 3-1 and one's 12-1. So if Protectorat can either set a strong pace or be close to the pace, we know he likes Cheltenham, you know he goes on good ground. He's carried a fair bit of weight before in his career. There's a lot to like about him at an each way play. I'd struggle to see him out the frame. There's going to be a lot of horses that can't deal with the pace because there is good horses in here. Ginny's Destiny does jump well and will probably go forward. So there will be some that get caught out and can't keep going. And Protectorat, I'd have as a banker to keep going and put up a fight at least. And he may well win. They've persuaded me anyway.
Okay, what about Elvedale horse to keep there?
Nah, let's keep. He'll probably go and win now. Yeah, like he's consistent, isn't he? Like I mean, to run in these sorts of races, he has done and will do. And Freddie Ginjor's a brilliant jockey and takes off 3. So, you know, it's down into the 9 stones, which is mad when we're talking about Protectorat carrying 12. It's the opposite end of the spectrum, really, isn't it? But in my opinion, when I look at this, as I said, maybe I have just been persuaded, but just looking at a good horse that's better than the rest. And he does have to give weight away, but he likes Cheltenham, he likes conditions, and I think he could be quite tough to live with.
He's keeping 4 out the handicap. Il Ridoto, of course, runs off his correct mark with Freddie Gingo's £3. But I mean, if you like Il Ridoto, we use 7-1, and you have to like Fugitive for me. Joel mentioned this earlier on in the week. So let's get his thoughts then on the big one of the weekend.
I like Fugitive, but I thought, looking at this, each way back at the weekend at around 7-1 was your account closer. Galore won this 2 years ago. Had a little tune-up race at Chepstow last month, beating Grandive Dami, is that how you pronounce it, of Alan King's. Kept on really well at the end. Fitness just found out. Pulled up the right air at the festival. So I had it between that and now, imagine. I'm not doing a kid's story. Imagine. Was it 320,000 euros from Gordon Elliott to Harry Derham? Looking at the stats, you've got to have under 11 stone to win this race. Am I right in thinking it was 4th or 5th in the Martin Pipe at the festival?
5th behind Yoko?
Yeah.
Best Martin Pipe, but still festival. Give you that.
All right, calm down. Because I was all over Galore, and then I just keep going back to Imagine. And this is the target. You look at Harry Derham's interviews. You're not spending that amount of money, are you? Just, I'm not, what are you, 7-8-1, something like that? All that cash. And the stats say favourites don't win this, apart from last year when the favourite won. But apart from that, I think it was like 14 years.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. And you've got to be under 11 stone. So I am moving to Imagine this weekend. Are you seeing it? Or am I just looking at the stupid amount of money they paid for it? The trainer that everybody loves now, the Second Coming. Or
no, I see the point. I mean, he's won twice over fences. I know the way you're thinking, but that was over 2 mile, wasn't it? So he wouldn't have been on the speed to go with him from there. He's won a grade 2. There's only 4 runners contest, but yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot, 320,000 euros, and they'll keep a third of that if they get victorious, or quarter of that if they get victorious this weekend. So no, well, it's wide open, isn't it? And that's the beauty of these big handicaps, and that's the good thing about Saturday as well. As we stand here, all 7 races on Saturday, we've got 8 or more runners. So each way betting first 3 at present. So that's brilliant to have lots of runners at Cheltenham. And we've got a dozen in the 255 3-mile handicap hurdle. What wins this one, Joel?
I think I'm taking a little chance here. I've been really impressed with David Pipe this year. Jack Tudor has just come from strength to strength. The JP horse, Thanks for the Help. You talked to last month was 10-1. And let's be fair, out the back, did nothing. And I just looked at this race as a absolute head mash. Stable on fire, jockeys riding well, right colours. And you watched that race back this morning, and it was just a jog around. So in a race that I wouldn't have a strong opinion on, I'd go for one that was a non-toucher last time. So I'd go for Thanks for the Help, David Pipe, Jack Tudor, Jake Malice.
Frankie?
Going for top weight again, Gower Road, who was second at the October meet behind the Wall Park. Zane Knights in third, who beat Harbour Lake previously, who won last weekend. Similarly, I know this is not how handicaps work, but I sided with the best horse in the race who carries top weight, and I just think he can do it. I don't think this is the highest of quality races, and I couldn't spot one that I thought would improve a load. There'll be plenty that improve, Doyer Quest being the obvious one, but I wouldn't say there's huge improvements in a lot of these horses, and we kind of know the standard of Gower Road, and I think they're ready to roll the dice again with, similar conditions, back to Cheltenham, good ground again, lesser race, carrying more weight, Sammy Twiston on board, throw the kitchen sink at it. I think it'd be another chance.
Look, we've said before, and I will put Sammy Twiston Davis as my favourite jock riding now, probably Sean Bowen and Harry Cobden slightly behind. How would you ride this horse? Do you think you went too soon last time? A bit catch me if you can, and he did. How would you ride this horse?
I think what was it, Wall Park?
Yeah, Wall Park. Yeah.
Really good. I reckon he was always in control.
Did he go too early?
No, I don't think so.
A really good time. One of the talk about the Wall Park is kind of a performance on the outside of the stayers hurdle because it was such a good time. So, he's been put up a couple of pounds for it.
I don't think Gower Road particularly slowed down. Wall Park just went past him. I don't think Gower Road kind of finished knackered.
Anyway, right, let's move on to the 3:30. Joel, take the stage. Major Fortune, you said a little race at Newton Abbot, which you won, and then Haydock for £100,000 handicap hurdle. However, he comes here where it's just shy of 12 grand for the first prize. What's going on?
Well. Hello there, team. This is the David Cross, and I'm telling you now that we've got a couple of entries here and then at the Haydock and at the Cheltenham Festival. Thanks for your money. Here we go. Listen, team. Look, Major Fortune. It was Major Misfortune beforehand. It was with Tom Lacey, wasn't it? It got moved to Skelton's. Skelton had 2 runs, and I think was it 79 or something like that. It was 79. It's now at 125 or something. This is brilliant. 7 runs since Christmas Day, 6 wins, and done a nose at Ayr, and it was 9-1 that day and was backed. And the only reason Willie Mullins had come over to win the title, and it was Chasey, something Witness, I can't remember what it's called, Chosen Witness. The lads, I'm very open. My mate Paul's got a leg in this horse. There's 5 or 6 of them. And they're pretty confident that this horse will run well. A lot of people are putting the Tony Martin horse. Major Fortune, I said, what about the ground? Because it likes the Kerry Lee Venetia Williams stereotypical ground. Not a problem, apparently. Should win this, be put away, and go straight to the festival. That's what I've heard. But Major Fortune this weekend, 3:30 Cheltenham, would be one of the strongest bets of the weekend because they haven't got it wrong so far. And last time, it was like 4-1, 9-2, something like that. And honestly, I got offered a leg in this, and I said no. And I saw it with Tom Lacey, and I was like, no, I don't know. But look at that, 79 to 125 in what year?
6 wins since.
Yeah.
So no Haydock on the agenda now.
It's entered, isn't it? Look, that's what I know. That's what I know. Don't want it to be Haydock. It's my closest track. My mate Paul's closest track. But don't want to go to Cheltenham.
So my substitute is to go to Cheltenham. Frankie, do you agree, Major Fortune, hearing that, or are you elsewhere?
I'm elsewhere. Some races you have a proper spend a fair bit of time trying to decipher the form. Other races you have a one glance at and there's a horse that stands out and you think that's got to win. Champagne Twist for me, 1-2 before going off favourite at Aintree, off exactly the same mark, and absolutely fluffed the third last, and that was race over. Coming into this race, much weaker race. You look at that one at Aintree, it was won by Katira. In second was Django Bay. In the water side was third. Spirit Danu was in there. Mai Tai was in there carrying 11.9. That's a good handicap. If he can go off favourite for that and be travelling as well as he was, provided he doesn't hammer the third last year at Cheltenham off the same mark, I think this is more than winnable. Yeah, I think it's a good bet. Good each way bet.
Okay, Champagne.
Actually, it's a good bet. Fives, he's a good bet. I'll back him to win.
There we are, changed his mind last minute. Right, so let's have a quick look at the Great Wood. We're talking about this before final decoration stages, but we believe Dysart, Enos and Burdett Road are going to go. We did discuss this briefly on the road to Cheltenham, which got underway this week earlier on. Have we changed tack, or are we still with the original decisions? And just remind us what they were. Joel, first of all, please.
Well, Dysart, Enos, this kept Paddy Brennan from retiring this last. You know, it was like he was done. I'm out of there. You know, my body's in bits. I want to retire in one piece, but I want to stay for Dysart Enos. Look, she's what? I mean, she'll be a 1-4-5 horse maximum, 1-4-2 maybe, something like that. So she's got a stone in hand. Under control for JP. She's had enough chances. But that's on there. Are we not looking at some at this weekend? Do you remember we used to talk about Saturday Sam? Saturday Sam Thomas, then we were really quiet. Lump sum, 20-1, best price 25s. Dylan Johnson claiming the 3. While all the pros are sitting at the back, fanning around, doing whatever they're doing. He's gone. He's gone. First run of the season. And to be fair, right? Afterwards, you look at it and go, I could sort of see that. But are we going to let this horse go off at 25-1 something again this weekend?
I couldn't be against him. Why go to Chepstow? I suppose that they wanted to win the race, didn't they? They're probably annoyed that Steele came second and they could have just skipped that and come straight to the Great Wood off a mark of 1-3-4 rather than 1-4-1. I do agree, though. Stranger things would happen than Sam Thomas landing another big handicap.
You with lump sum as well?
Not with him, not against him.
Not with him, not against him. But anyway, here's a fact. Here's some splinters. Here's my bum.
I'm never against Sam Thomas. No, I looked at him. I thought he looked great by the fact that he's been put up £7 for winning at Chepstow. If they didn't go there, then I'd be all over him. I watched a 30-second clip of Fergal O'Brien talking about Dysart Enos and decided I'd be happy to see her beat with my money on at 3s, and I'd be more annoyed if she was beaten, I backed her, than if she won and I didn't back her, because, God, it's obvious, isn't it?
Could well be. Could be looking silly, couldn't we? Around 3:35 on Sunday afternoon. Right, just going to rewind a little bit. Frank's going to talk us through the 2 listed races at Newcastle on the Sand, which we've got big fields for. The Churchill Stakes, first of all, 3:15, Frankie.
My selection in this comes less so from diving in the form and more so from the rumours on the ground that the Foxes was meant to go elsewhere, maybe globe-trotting, but they think this is winnable and is in good nick, and Sheen will take the ride. He's an each-way play, and I think he well deserves to be in the top 3. So, like I said, less so than what they've proven on form and more so in what condition these horses are in and what their plans were. The Foxes takes my vote as an each-way play in the listed race to kick things off.
3:15, the Churchill Stakes. William Haggis won both listed races at Wingfield earlier on in the week, and he's got strong contenders in both of these, including Wiltshire in the Golden Rose Stakes. But you are sticking with the same MO, Frankie.
I am. Mr. Haggis in Bahrain as well, would you believe? Despite having a run here. Should have asked him, shouldn't I? Anyway.
That point to me, he's not in Newcastle on Saturday.
I am. I'm sticking with Mr. Murphy, Knight Raider, for better or for worse for his entire season, but hopefully for better for this race. Whether he had a little blip, we don't know. But after Ascot, we didn't see him. In July, he had a wind up, came back at Newmarket, and then won really well last time on the weather at Kempton, beating Equilateral, who we know is a decent horse. I would say his unexposed profile and his win last time out, and strong jockey booking, who hopefully is in good spirits from winning the first race, can go and win this. I'd say there's more under the bonnet of Knight Raider than there is of others in the field. I'd be quite keen on Knight Raider in this.
Yeah, he's incredible. All the record, hasn't he, Knight Raider? So I think is a Guineas type, but he's 3 from 3 defending that unbeaten record on the all-weather. Right, boys, bets of the weekend, please. I'll start with the money Bahrain.
There you go.
Knight Raider would be up there, you know. Hopefully we've already had one on Friday. Can I have Load of Suds 6-5? Is that a bit?
Whatever you want.
Yeah,
yeah, have we got
one on the flat. Knight Raider. I am actually very keen on Knight Raider. I think he'll win. I think he's a great bet. And then Load of Sud is your boring one on the jumps.
You gutted John Bonds on Friday, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Absolutely devastated.
My Friday naps already won. 4-1 shot, Knight Raider. Come on, that's
okay. I'll give you that. Okay.
Yeah.
Joel.
Saturday, 3:30. It's Major Fortune. So we're going since Christmas Day last year. We're going 8 runs.
So
what?
We've got two match bets, really, haven't we? Me and you. Champagne Twist versus Major Fortune, and Load of Sud versus
Lookaway. Lookaway, yeah, that's it. And, look, we'll just say it now, and you can use it as a clip for next week, so I'll leave a gap for you. Sam Thomas this weekend is going to follow up with his 25-1 shot. I forgot what it's called. It's called some. Honestly,
so well.
Yeah, I was doing so well. Honestly, look, happy punting this weekend. I feel like I'm so tired now. I've done so much work on these races. I hope you have a great one. I've got to go to bed.
That's fine, mate. Good preparation. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. And you can't blame that. So, yeah, brilliant weekend ahead. It deserves to be studied. And hopefully you find a few winners. Thanks to Joel from his studio. Thanks to Frankie in Bahrain. He'll be enjoying us. Hopefully he'll be back in Blighty next week. Don't forget, Road to Cheltenham coming your way early next week as well. As we review what we see at Cheltenham this weekend. And whatever you are back in, the very best of luck.